So yeah, hello YouTube, and we're gonna start, guys. So just before we start, guys, I would like to know if there is anyone for the first time here and don't know how TNT works.
I don't know how it works. I'm here for the first time. I not first
Oh,
time
hey, Tyler.
in this class, but in your class, I think it's for I'm sure it's first time. I've been in another class before.
Okay, great. I understand. So just to explain very quickly, okay, guys, TNT is a safe platform, and it's not usual that we have a topic in the week, but today it's a special week, okay, and it's about races, and all the meetings is gonna bring some topics about that, okay. And today, my topic is about Nelson Mandela. I will bring some questions here, and I will split in small groups that we can share and talk more, very in a small room that we can be more comfortable to share your opinions, okay? But please, guys, please be respectful with respect each others, okay? We are not here to fight and to say that you're wrong, you're right. So it's just a safe conversation, okay? Especially because the topic is so hard. Yeah. And Tali, so welcome to my meeting today, and I hope you enjoy it, okay?
Thank you.
So, guys, I will no problem. I will send you the questions here on chat that you're gonna discuss. Let me see, just share here. Yeah. So can you see the questions, guys? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Great. So I will split you in small groups. Let me see. I will bring 4 rooms, okay? And guys, one room will stay here with me. Okay, so don't be afraid of YouTube. Let me see. Number 2 will stay here with me, guys. Okay, so please just accept the invitation and see you when we're 150. We all back here to my room, okay?
Okay.
For those who don't have the invitation, it's because you stay here with me. Okay. So who's gonna be with me is Fernanda, Leticia, Marcos, and Thales. Hello, guys.
Yes.
Great. So let's start, okay, introducing ourselves. So please, Leticia, could you introduce yourself for us?
Yes. Hello, Marisa. Hello, guys. I'm Leticia. I live in the Tuba city. It's countryside, São Paulo state. And I'm 34. Right now, I'm just at home studying English, and that's it.
Great, Leticia. Thank you for sharing that. And Marcos, please, could you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Well, my name is Marcos. I am 20 years old. I am a law student, and I live in São Paulo. And I am going to be a host in the next months, a Spanish host, and then I think in English too. And that's all.
Yeah, great, Marcos. What about you, Thales? Could you introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Thales, and I'm 23 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro, and I'm chemistry teacher, and I intend to learn English to have fun, to meet new people, to know about different culture, and to travel abroad. And who knows, living outside Brazil. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you are in the right place to practice your speaking. Okay, so so let's go. Fernanda, please, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, good afternoon, guys. My name is Fernanda. I'm 27 years old. I've been here to improve my English too, like all of you. And I'm a lawyer and teacher.
Great, Fernanda. Thank you for sharing that. So, guys, let's start. Okay. So, question number one. Let me see, Marcos. Could you read for us the question number one?
Yeah, of course. Question number one, what did Nelson Mandela fight for?
Would you like to answer that first?
Yeah, well, what did Nelson Mandela fight for? I think Mandela is fighting against the racism and most basically the apartheid that happens in South Africa in the 90 I forget how to say década. Década de 90, década de 90, anos 2000. And I think this fight is really, really important for everyone because this fight, it's about the racism and how hate racism, for example, can be institutionalized in some countries and some states, you know. So I think this is important.
Yeah, great. Great to know that. Thank you, Marcos. And what about you, Fernanda? What did you know about Nelson Mandela?
He fight for equality and white people and black people, because you know that the races are spread all around the world, and how he fights is so important, because they don't fight like a war, but they fight like a education and learning all of you about racism. So I think that there's a really important example for us.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's the exactly point that you bring, that he don't like to fight with, hurt someone, hurt a lot of country. He teach how to fight, he teach how people can be equal, and I don't know, like peace. He's preach a lot of peace of, yeah, peace of things, like, yeah. So what about you, Leticia? What do you know about him?
Yeah, I really agree with you all, guys. And I think, in my opinion, I think he also fight for humanity above all, above race, above everything. Just this act of seeing the person as human, and as human, we all have this need for respect and humanity. Yeah.
Exactly. And he main fight was about apartheid on Africa. Yeah, guys. And he's a example of a leader, and he changed a lot of things, not just on Africa, but around the world, I believe. So question number two, guys. What is your thought on Nelson Mandela? Do you think he's the most inspiring figure of human rights? So, Leticia. Oh, sorry, guys, sorry. Thalys, did you answer the first one?
No,
I guess
but
not.
that's no
Sorry
problem.
about
I
that.
think my answers would be the same as them, their opinions. So basically the same opinions we have. I think um, Mandela fought for human equality, yeah, and the main thing that he did for the humanity is he tried to be peaceful during these fights. He was a good leader that wanted to brought to brought peace. So he he tried to not make a war between black and white people, and that was the main thing that lead his movement, his I don't know how I say. Como é que se diz movimento? How I say movimento in English? As
You need to say like your group, you know,
yeah, group,
call,
yeah, yes, to lead his group to achieve his goals.
yeah, yeah. Great point, Darling. Thank you to share that. Yeah, I agree. I agree with all of you guys. And question number 2 is about let me see. Do you think he is the most inspired figure of human rights? You know, it's not just about. Uh, I believe it's not just his cause is not just about segregation. You know, it's not just about the color, but human rights. You know, like
Yeah,
education. You know, great opportunities for everyone, not just black or white, like Tali said. Yeah. So, Fernanda, what do you think about that?
Sure, his figure is so important because when we learn about races in the history, all the books tell about Mandela and the other people that fight for this thing, I think. And there is I saw those one days ago a book that is Mandela, but for kids. It's so amazing because they teach kids about races, but in the language that you can understand, you know, they can understand. Is I love this book.
Yeah, great, Fernanda. And I believe he teaches with his attitudes too, you know, like he's a leader because he inspires with the attitudes that he has. So, Leticia, what do you think about that?
Yes, I agree with you. For me, he is one of the most inspiring. I think the most because he's so in a place where in a moment in when ever there was so strong prejudice. He was in the middle of a place full of racism, and he was fighting against it like alone. So he was so this as you said, this education he taught, being so brave, so courage to teach, to make a lot of people see the another side, this humanity. So this education for me, it's so inspiring, and he was so strong because he was alone fighting for that, trying to teach people about that. So for me, it's so amazing. These people like that who can lead this way.
Yeah, exactly. And I admire that. Great. So, Thalis, what about you? What do you think about that?
I think Mandela. It's difficult to say the one person is the most inspiring. It depends on the person. You know, he is for sure very inspiring to uh, even these days, yeah, we have so many fights in the internet, canceling other people, and Mandela would be actually a good person to emphasize that we don't have to fight each other to bring peace, to bring education, to bring respect to each others. So that's my point of view.
Yeah, totally agree, Thales. Oh, go on, Francis. Do you want to say more?
Me?
Yeah? Oh, okay.
No,
So, okay.
it's that's okay. I just want to say that my camera is broke. So that's
No, no
why
problem.
I'm not sharing my screen.
No
Okay.
problem. No problem. So yeah, I totally agree with you too, you know. And what about you, Marcus? What do you think about him?
Yeah, of course, I think Nelson Mandela is very important for the cause in general, racism in general. But I have another suggestions for you guys. So I don't know if you guys know Luiz Gama and José do Patrocínio, Machado de Assis. Well, Luiz Gama has a amazing history because he was slave in the slave period here in Brazil. So he was also autodidact, so he being a lawyer, and he honored his own freedom alone, without help, without support of anyone, you know. So his history is very important for the slave movement and the racism in general. Also, I really love the history about José do Patrocínio and Machado de Assis, like a big writer in the Brazil history. And that's it. I think these guys are amazing in general. I love them, and that's it.
Oh, great tips, Marcus. Thank you for sharing that too. Great, guys. So I love in this conversation, guys. Yeah. So question number 3, guys. One team, one country was a Nelson Mandela campaign during a Rugby Cup, it's World Cup, yeah, in 1995. Do you agree that sports can inspire and unify a nation? Do you agree with that? So, Fernanda, what do you think about that?
Sure, because when we watch the news, we see a lot of uh, racist acts inside the sports among the athletes. So how the Mandela started this fight about the one team, one country. It's so important for the sport, but we know that these things happen all the time, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. So, Leticia, what about you?
Yes, I think he was very wise to think about that this way uh, to show people and by sport, because it's something that people really, it really bring people together because they have to work as a team. And also with his example, because he was there to show um, people how to treat each other when he was shaking the hand of the the player. And I think he was very wise to think about that, to show people and to bring them together.
Yeah, and guys, he was a smart guy, you know. Each attitude that he had, it was because he needs to teach everyone, you know, why you need to do that. So this phrase, I was watching the video, you know, the movie, it's Invictus, and I was watching the movie and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is about everything. you know, it resumed everything in my mind. So I believe that he was so smart, and not just in sports and advertisements, you know, can inspire Black people, inspire a nation. You know, I totally agree with that. So Marcos, what about you? What do you think?
I totally agree with you guys, and Leticia has a good, very, very good point. And the Rugby Cup was happening 1 year after the apartheid's end. So the apartheid institutionalized was not happening more, but the apartheid, the essence of apartheid, was in the mind of people, in the culture in general yet, you know. So this act that he made in this time and this period was important to really, really, really take the people together, you know. So it was very important, and I am totally with you guys. He's very important.
Great, Marcos.
Oh, and
Thank
about
you.
the second question I'm reading now, do you agree that sports can inspire and finance? Yes, of course. Well, it's very hard. It's not easy, I think, but sports can do that. For example, here in Brazil, we have the World Cup, and a lot of Brazilian people are really enthusiastic about this championship. So yes, I agree that people can be inspired by this.
Yeah, great, Marcos. Thank you. What about you, Thales? What do you think?
Yeah, I was about to talk about the unification between different classes, the economic classes here in Brazil. For example, our players, football players, are majority poor people, and when they get successful in their sports, they mix with the high class. I think I would say the rich class, and I think that's an example of unification of people. You know, because in our minds we have the segregation. You know, between class, economic class, and I think exports for that one example. It's a way of mixing people, minds, mixing minds. You know, the goals, and I don't know if I have said it well, but yeah, that's my thoughts about it.
Okay, no problem. I get your point. Thank you. And guys, I bring some questions that I believe it's important that we share here. And is the question number 8: is Nelson Mandela fight against oppression and racial segregation? Do you believe that if we don't change some actions today, we could take one step back? Yeah, I think it's a hard question. So, Marcos, what do you think about that?
Oh my God, what me? Why me? I'm kidding. Yeah, it's a hard question, really hard, and I believe in it. I think if we keep with old minds, you know, thinking that the colors can be separated and the people have to be separated, and if we keep with this kind of of mindness, I think we will regret one step back. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. And Thales, what about you? What do you think about that?
I think we are already a step back because we have in mind what is black, what is white. People and in USA, especially in USA, we have some person judging judging other people as because of their colors. You know, it's that white person, that black person. I think it's already step back to it. So that's why I've said that Nelson Mandela has so many things that he's done is important for our society today. because we don't have to fight like that, segregating. Is we have we main discussion, we main goal is to unify ourselves and not do what we are doing in the internet in the USA. I know that's culture. I know that it's important. So we have to change our minds because we are. It's like we are getting back in time, you know. But yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, and I get that. I agree in some parts. I believe that we are taking on, we are backing in some bad steps because some discussions are so unrespectful, nowadays, and especially white people that doesn't understand better. And I believe that white people have afraid of to talk about it, to understand the other side. And if we don't, I think we, like me, okay, guys, like me as white, if we don't understand Black people, I believe that we are taking the step back. We don't. How can I say that? We don't respecting their causes, and we just put our truth inside them, and it's not the right thing. I believe that.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And Leticia, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. In my opinion, I think when I give a step back is when I don't put myself open to learn new things, because I have a lot of things I need to learn. And if I just have one opinion and I take this opinion as the right thing and nothing else is important, for me, it is a step back. So I have to be open to learn, to see new sides, the understand the situation as the other person lives like this. So in my opinion, is that a step back when I don't allow myself to learn, to understand, to respect others, to understand the others' points of view. That's it for me.
Great, Leticia. And not just understand, but change our attitudes, change our actions. Right.
Very nice.
Fernanda, what about you?
Yeah, I agree, all of you, and what Leticia said, because we need to stay open to learn, because it's everyone know, but we can have access to internet to search, and always we see the things, okay, it's just kidding, I don't mean it, and in this day I think we have a lot of knowledge on the internet, and I think it is not, there isn't space to act and say, oh, I'm kidding, and because racism is not only when people say about your color, but when you say about your hair and the other things, it so impacts the people's life,
Yeah, totally agree with you, Fernanda. And Thales, do you want to say something?
I think I have already said about this question. Is it a question?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same. Okay. No
No,
problem.
okay.
Okay. So, guys, and about that question, like question number 5, could you say some examples that our society must change to encourage Black people, like some representativities, some actions that we usually do, and we don't, we can, we can do that. It's a thing that we must change, like Fernanda said, some jokes, some nicknames, so Leticia, what do you want to say about that? It's the question number 5.
Number 5, okay. Yes, yes, I agree with Fernanda. I think it's really important to rethink about what we do in this way, what we think, what we say. Yeah, I think this kind of acts, like Fernanda said, jokes, they are really, we should take care, how can I say that? Be careful with that. And some things we say that we cannot even stop to think about that. But we need to be careful, to take care of these, and always read about it, keep in touch with the information we have. Always read about it, and yeah, I think that's it.
Great, Leticia, thank you. What about you, Marcos? What do you think?
I agree with Leticia and Fernanda. I think the jokes and the things that you say, and sometimes when you are kidding with your friends, these things have to be changed because it's important for Black people, and not only for Black people, for fat people, for gay people, because some jokes and some words are really offensive for these people. And I think the people in general of Brazil for Expo have to think more about the quotas. A lot of people think that quotas are something very wrong and is not necessary, but it's really necessary. And these people have to learn more about it and think more about it to understand the real purpose of this subject. That's what I think.
Totally agree with you. Great, Marcos. And Fernanda, what do you think?
It's so important to talk about every single day, and nowadays it's more common. You see Black people professionals on TV, for example, journalists like Maju and the others, that now they show for the people, because that's always white people in the news, and more actress and athletes, because they always exist, but now they showed us, for us. We see these people with so inspired, and we needed to every single day talk about and give the value that they are.
And I have more to add here. The majority of people here in Brazil are Black people, but you can't see these on TV and the news because you just see, for example, 10 white people and 1 Black people. So that's one of the mainly reasons that quotas are very necessary for us.
Yeah, and show them in a high position, like when we watch a soap opera or a movie, we all watch, I don't know, a Black woman as a homeless, something like that. And it's not that, we need to change this kind of representativity on TV, on news, and we must, I believe, not we need, it must, because it's unfair, because our society is so, I don't know, our society is so racist, and I know that my attitude sometimes could be racist, and we can just waiting for a black person say to you and explain to you a lot of things. We need to learn with some actions, learn with some news, learn for myself, and not waiting for someone explain for you how it works. And like here on TNT discussing about it, I believe it's a great way too. So Thales, what do you think about that? How we can change these things?
Just to complement the answers, I think we must not see as a joke anymore, talking about their hair as a joke, what they wear, and I think that's we have to change about these things and how we treat the next generations, our kids, our children in the school, mainly in the school. We have to change the schools to treat people equally, and just to complement the other comments, and I am black and I am teacher, I'm chemistry teacher. When when I first came to a class, the people saw me and they were shocked because they 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 don't imagine black people as a teacher, mainly chemistry teacher, and it's good to see uh, their eyes, and it was very good to hear also they wanted to be a teacher or engineer, and I was inspiring them. You know, it was very good, very um, I don't know how.
Yeah,
I don't.
it's good for representativity.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's good to have.
they
Yeah,
can see other professions that they can be. Yeah.
they can be. Yeah, who they want to be. It's important to see to represent our ethnicity group. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Totally agree with you, Thales. You bring a lot of great points here. So, guys, question number, let me see. Um, yeah, question number 7. Why some people are afraid, sorry, why some people are often scared to talk about racism, because I answer that because I confess that I was like concerned, to talk about this in my TNT today, because I won't be, I wouldn't, no, I didn't like to talk uh, without know some aspects, and I need to search a lot. I watched this video, I watched the movie to bring his some some questions that it's not like, oh, you are racist, you are, you are white, you are black. It's not just about it, I confess that I'm very concerned about the conversations in other rooms now, because I'm so not nervous, but I care about it. It's a subject that it's hard to say that, and a lot of people say bad things about it, and don't give a shit for everything, for nothing, and I confess that I really concerned about it, but I'm not scared. Nowadays I can talk about black people. I can talk about this subject, but I believe that nowadays I can't listen more. It's the basic one, I believe. So, Fernanda, what do you think about that? Why people are scared to talk about it?
So I think I don't know, but some acts people just normalize, but we know that this act is racist. But we want when we needed to talk about it, people not apologize, but no, just justify, because I don't know how can I say this in English. When I yesterday I watched the news about the doctor in Egypt, then so they don't ask for apologize first. They just, oh, I'm kidding. I I don't really want to mean that. Yeah, this is the thing. What is wrong is wrong. What is right is right. There isn't the medium of these sides. Then I think we need to see these things and talk. Okay, this is not a good action. This hurt people, and there is an you take the other way to change that. We just um, we need to learn and teach the other to see the right side.
Yeah, that is exactly the point. Great, Fernanda. What about you, Marcus? What do you think? Why people are so scared to talk about it?
I think normally the people are scared to talk about racism because the people haven't a lot of interest in this subject. So these people didn't learn a lot about it before. And sometimes it's not like the people just don't like, but it's something like the people just don't need, to learn. The people for Expo is white, and the people don't live the racism in their lives, so these people really don't need to learn about racism. So I think when these people is encouraged to go and discuss about racism, these people have a lot of scared or a little bit scared, because sometimes you will see black people in this meeting, in this reunion, that can live the racism, in their own always own skin. And these people, I don't know how to explain, but I think you guys are getting my point. And that's it. I think
I get it.
sometimes the people are scared because the people just don't know a lot about, and it's a really hard subject to discuss about, and that's it.
Yeah, and you say a great thing, like because they don't, they don't depend on it. Their lives don't depend on it. Especially white people. They don't like to talk about it because their lives don't depend on it. Don't depend to teach someone. Don't depend to talk about the racism. Yeah. And you, Thales, what do you think?
I just want to say that one thing that is possible is that people are afraid to appear lay on the subject, you know, um, and they want. I know that some people talks on purpose about this race and talk shit about this subject, and some seconds after say excuse, desculpas, and when they are not apologized, and they are not sorry, they are not sorry. And most people I know don't know what to say about racism. They didn't study about that. And I think it's difficult. It's a tough question because we have to learn the subject, but we have to have conversations about that. If not, we will not learn about this. And I I I didn't learn. I didn't read many books about racism, but I know a lot of things because I had conversations with good points of view. I had changed my mind in the years, and now I don't regret of talking to someone about racism. It's very important, and I just want, it's just a compliment, just complimenting everyone. Um, people, some people thinks that is not important to them, but it's important for everyone to talk about racism. You know, it's just because it's not for only for Black people. It's for everyone to grow up as human.
Exactly, Thales. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh my
So,
God.
Leticia, bring your opinion about this question if you like it. Go on. Leticia, go on.
Yeah, sorry. No, just agree with you all guys. Learning a lot. Yeah.
Great. So, hello, guys. Everyone is back. How was the conversation in your rooms? I hope that was respectful. So, Marielle, how was the conversation for you?
Um,
Do you like it?
yes, I like it.
It was important to talk about it.
Very, very much.
Yeah, great. And it was first time here?
Hmm?
It was your first time here? Your first meeting? Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, great. Welcome. Welcome. And I hope you're back in other meetings, okay, during this week. So thank you, Marielle, for sharing that.
Thank you.
So let me see. Luis, please, my friend, what do you think about this topic today? Did you like it?
Yeah, I'm very delighted, to have had this opportunity to, to approach this topic, and I felt represented, because for me it's amazing, to discuss about this, about how hard it is for me, nowadays to face, racism. In a nutshell, it was nice.
Oh, great, Luis. I love that you like it, this conversation. So, Philip, how was the conversation in your room?
It was really hard um, because as a white person with a lot of privileges, it's really hard to see. For example, I was in the same room as Luis. I was never questioned about my English. If someone asks me, "Oh, do you speak English?" and I say yes, they are gonna trust me. But then I heard from Luis that's not the same for him. So if someone and like an interview, lots of interviews I did, and lots of them people ask, "Do you speak English?" and I say yes, and they don't they don't try to prove that I really speak English. They just believe that in my answer. But Luis, can you tell what I'm trying to say, please?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Luis, go on.
Yeah, it's hard, because once I was, I had an interview, and the recruiter asked me if I could speak in English, if I had like an intermediate or an advanced level of English, and I said yes, I have, and the recruiter kind of doubted, my answer. I don't know why, because I was the only one who was a people of color in the room at that time. But for me, today it's normal. I don't know why, but I think it's normal, especially when I am, for example, walking on the street. Uh, People think that I'm gonna steal their things when I get close to them. I don't know why. Also I was think of getting some tattoos, but I was afraid of all the negative critics that I would be, suffering from people and others, of course.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
guys,
Luis.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but I'm feeling very, very angry about the situation. Yeah, when Luis is we're talking, I'm feel all of my intern. Yeah, it's it's very bad situation.
Yeah,
All
and
of
I
us,
can't feel.
yeah,
Oh, sorry. Go on. Finish.
all
Go
of
on.
us have the same. If you put out your skin, we have the same blood, the same. Oh, I think that's it's a bad situation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Luis,
Go on.
oh, sorry.
Go
I
on,
think,
Paula.
yeah,
No
oh,
problem.
sorry. I think I'm a little sensible these days, and I feel so sad about that. I'm crying. And so sorry, Luis, about that. I'm so sorry about that. Okay.
Okay, don't feel sorry.
Yeah.
Just to finish, the point is about the facts. Like, we can tell that there is no races and we are all one. We can tell that and we can hope for that. But the true fact is there is racism, and Black people, they are being neglected or they are being treated differently. Like police officers, they treat Black people differently, you know? So I have never been treated badly from police. But other friends that I have, I'm from the suburbs of São Paulo, Zona Leste, São Paulo. I know most of them, they have never been treated like I was, you know? So, yeah.
And Luis said, say a word like, it's normal, you know? So Luis, no, it's not. It's not normal, you know? It's normal because you think it is, but it's not, and don't have to be, you know? And I know that I'm white and I don't have, you know, property to say some things. And one thing that we discussed in our room was we need to learn. We people, white people, you know, we need to learn, but we don't have to wait a Black person to explain us how to learn what we have to learn, you know. And we can't normalize this situation, especially you know. It's not normal for me, and never be normal for you know, like you need
Thank you,
to change.
Marisa.
Yeah. So guys, I was crying here because like Paula was crying, and I'm so emotional now to like, but I need to say that, you know, I was so concerned to talk about it today, and concerned because me, you know, concerned because my actions, and I know that I need to change a lot of things, and I bring some question that it was for me. It was like what some people are afraid, scared, often scared to talk about racism. You know, why we are scared to talk about that. So I bring this question because yeah, some people don't like to talk about it because they are afraid to be cancelled, you know, cancelled on social media, something like that, you know. And it's not Black people that have to talk about it. I believe most of people that must talk about it is white people, you know, and don't talk about like, oh, that is my truth and only that, you know. We need to learn and change our actions. Go,
Yeah.
Phil.
Now, the point is, we often say, oh, I have a lot of black friends, or I think everybody's the same. Okay, you can think about that. But the truth, the fact is, we don't have Black teachers, we don't have Black doctors, we don't have Black politicians, we don't have Black people in the top hierarchy of society in Brazil. So though you feel that you're not racist, and I hope everybody is not, I truly hope that everybody would not have this, but we have, and the structure of our society, it's well built, the system to be privileged for white people. White people get the best things, and Black people, they do not get that.
Yeah.
It's like I was telling my room. I could say that the world, the planet Earth, is a globe. This is a fact. But I can't believe that the world is flat. I can't believe that. I can't believe that the world is flat. It doesn't mean that the world is flat, you know? So that's why we are bringing this topic this week, to let people aware of.
Yeah, and it's so important. And that's why I bring Nelson Mandela today, you know, because he phrased like one team, one country. It's about it, you know. It's not just about a color. It's not about segregation, about racial, but it's about respectful, you know. He fights for respect to equality in a human right, you know, and not just because you're color. And we need to respect each other and respect the others' causes, you know. And guys, that's it. I hope that you like it today. And I'm sorry for some mistakes, something that you don't like. I don't know. But yeah, feel this topic this week is gonna be amazing. I believe. I was concerned today, but now I'm so, you know, so happy and lovely. It was great, guys. So please, guys, answer the feedback that you're gonna receive in your email, and bring some suggestions that you can bring in other meetings. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
See you next
you.
week.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you, Marise.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
Very good. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.